Hello, Jess Too Good here, and today we're opening up and reviewing a very classic LEGO system set from 1996. This is the LEGO Time Cruisers Mystic Mountain Lab. Now this set retailed for $64 when it was released back in 96, with a total of 4 minifigures if you count that robot as well as the skeleton. And this has a total of 505 pieces. It was the biggest set of the Time Cruisers line. And while I have a pretty good sealed condition version of this set, I wanted to open up my copy because this is one of the themes that you can vote for in the new LEGO Ideas 90th Anniversary theme vote. So if you want to see Time Cruisers come back, just visit that link in the description. But we'll be taking a look at some of the other theme sets as well. But my gosh, I'm getting a little bit hesitant about opening this, but I gotta open it. I gotta review it. All right, where do I even open it? I guess it's on. Oh yeah, you just cut this part off the side. All right, I think I got it. And there's all of our pieces. Oh gosh, looks like no numbered bags. Best part, 2 16x16 blue base plates and a 16x32 blue base plate. Now those are pretty rare. I mean, I guess probably not as much during the time, but nowadays, I love that. Anyways, we also have the instructions, but a separate catalog. I'm not sure if I've looked at this catalog. If so, I'll put a card. If not, we'll look at it in a separate video. Maybe take a peek in this video. And your bags of pieces, which again, are not numbered because they didn't number pieces back then. All of some big ugly rock pieces and those minifigure parts at the front. Here's the set all built up. Now let's take a look at the minifigures. For the Timmy minifigure, this design has that T on the torso that's pretty darn iconic for LEGO fans. No back torso printing. The face print is also very iconic to LEGO fans with that classic, even the nose on their face. It's weird getting a printed nose and yeah, printed hair as well. It's just stuff you don't see from LEGO minifigures. This minifigure is Dr. Cyber. I love that torso print and that face print. He came in most of the Time Cruiser sets, so he's not somebody that's exclusive or anything like that, but still nice inclusion. For the robot of the set, he uses a Spyrius robot face print, which is very nostalgic to me. At the back, you can see how this is built up just using some pretty basic pieces. You can move the arms individually if you'd like, and also just move the legs just in one fell swoop. And then there's a classic LEGO skeleton with those wobbly arms that I adore. Here are the builds of the set, and first we'll start off with the lab itself, which this design is freaking crazy. Uses a lot of big, ugly rock pieces, as people would say. And we'll take a look at each part individually, but you'll just see the back side right here. And if you remove 2x2, you can actually open it up just like this, which flipping around also looks pretty great from the front side. But anyway, starting out from the front, you could remove this little section right here. We have a small build for a little section of the house on rockets, reminding me a bit of the LEGO Movie 2 house, but this design does have a nice print inside, which is on a 1x2 tile. It appears another time in this set, but I like seeing that right there. Unfortunately, that's the only thing in the interior. But I do like how they have a little door at the side right here, which is fun to open up. But that's it for this small build. It just slides into these holders at the back and stays in place right there, where you can access it using this small ladder build. And I like how it's almost a boardwalk build for the pathway that leads to that section of the lab. Again, a lot of big ugly rock pieces, as the community calls them, which are these pieces and these pieces, which we showed at the beginning, all making up that mountain wall without using too many pieces individually. Some more details on the mountain wall with an antenna right here, as well as some tubing. But anyways, flipping it to the other side, we have more of the interior of the lab. You have another entry to the lab just by this door right here. And I like the little color scheme they have going on for these sections of the lab with the black, white, and red. It comes together pretty well. You also have another door on this side too. I like the windscreens used from the Ice Planet sets with that translucent orange in the corner here for a section of the lab. That looks pretty cool. You can also see at the top right here, we have this hidden ammunition design. Now there's a way to trigger this from the inside by pressing this tile right here. Oh, come on, I need a better push. Oh, come on. It's much easier to do it when the lab is open, but All right, we'll open up the lab. Let's remove this 2x2 and press down. Whoa, okay. There are 2 inside there, each of them loaded with 3 red studs, but yeah, one of them just went flying across the room. It's easy to load those 2 back in. And that ammunition feature is really the only part that makes up this whole 16 by 16 section of the lab. As for this 16 by 16 section, we start to see the references to various LEGO themes, specifically where we have an Islanders helmet right here, as well as that helmet from the castle sub-theme of the Dragon Knights. I love how they even have the emblems and stuff at the top there with the wings at the side. I haven't gotten any of those accessory pieces before, so that's really nice to get. There's also a holding cell, which I'm not familiar with this design of a frame and this jail cell piece. I usually expect that other one. You can see that cell doesn't really have one wall right here, so they could easily escape from the jail if they're captured. And then to the right over here, some more accessories where we have a spear, this nice glow-in-the-dark wand right here, and 2 of these translucent orange little ski shoes. This conquistador helmet, from my understanding. Some underwater helmets, I believe from Aquazone in the 90s. An Ice Planet helmet, which is another 90s LEGO sub-theme. If I could get it out of this little compartment. There you go. And that has that translucent orange visor. This hood from Castle in the 90s. Or I guess that was also an 80s piece. This chrome sword. This halberd right here. And then a saw. Unfortunately, not a translucent orange saw from Ice Planet. That would have been a nice reference. This section to the right is actually that removable house that we looked at from the front. And then there's a small play feature to the right where we have this set of wheels where spinning this wheel at the bottom makes that swirl twirl, as well as this seat at the top spin around. Now, if you spin this from the top, it doesn't activate that twirl there, which, I don't know, I was like, did I build this wrong or something? But I guess this is just really the only way to activate this play feature. That seat at the top has another instance of that 1x2 tile print that looks really cool. And you could also remove the seat itself, which underneath has some translucent orange studs. So maybe that has propulsion of itself. And I think that's about it for the interior. So to the left right here, we have this telescope. With its 4x4 base, I like how it could be spun around, and I also like how you could raise and lower it very easily. I like the detailing on here as well, with some nice part usage of that goblet right there, and some studs at the front, as well as this piece in the middle. And looking back from the front, I think that's it for the build of this lab. Now let's take a look at that strange vehicle side build. And this ship right here is super ridiculous. I mean, look at this design. There's wings at the side which are clipped on that you could flap up and down. There's this whole jet at the back with some blasting fire. It's so crazy. We even have a little monkey at the top, which it's nice to see that monkey piece. Something that LEGO hasn't used in quite a bit. And then we have a small steering wheel at the front, as well as this little beam right here. But yeah, that's it for the build of the set. Let's take a look at the packaging and then the final verdict. We already took a look at the box at the beginning of the video, and interestingly enough, the box and the instructions do not have alternate builds for this set, like a lot of other 90s sets that will have an alternate build at the back. I double checked. I did do a video on this catalog, but just browsing through it very quickly. Some Western there, which I love those sets so much, but they're extremely expensive secondhand now. We got some Explorians, Unitron with that lovely motor. I mean, what am I saying? Monorail, not motor, monorail set. 90s Pirates. Oh man, these rock. Some 90s Castle. I feel like I didn't even give the pirate stuff justice, but man, these are sexy. Okay, you get the point with a lot of these old themes, but again, I've done a separate video on this, so let's not spend too much time, but look at that, Time Cruisers even. So overall, this set is batshit. I'm sorry, there's just no other way to put it, but it's fun. The design of this is a really crazy play set, and I like the play set aspects of it. Some parts do feel very empty. For example, this section right here, even with those little parts like the jail and the references to older themes, this has a whole bunch of empty water design. And there are a lot of cut corners, like they use a lot of big ugly rock pieces, which work, but again, you're not getting solid brick builds there. Still, for the price of $64 back in the day, which I guess is not adjusted for inflation, I think the sizing here was worth the money. Really fun theme to look at. I don't know what's really going on, but at the end of the day, at least this is a fun, memorable play set. But let me know what you guys think of this set in the comments below, and be sure to vote for it if you want it to win the 90th anniversary vote. Subscribe for more old LEGO content, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.